Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today to kind of rant against the internet channel because when I first got my Roku, you go to the channel store and there's a bunch of channels that you can get and add on to your Roku. The main one was Netflix, which was my sister's channel, so I watched Netflix for free. And my sister has a subscription to it. And later on, I was adding some channels on there, and I noticed I watched stuff on YouTube, which was really cool. And then I was checking out over the weekend. Uh, Actually, last weekend, you add like more movie and TV channels. And I added Popcorn Flicks and Fright Flicks, and that's why I did some of my horror movie reviews. Well, during that time, they were advertising something called Tubi TV. I think that's how you pronounce it. So I decided to add that to my collection on the channel store, and it's a free channel. Some of the channels are you have to pay money for. It was a free channel, and then my dad wanted to watch something raunchy last night, and there was something called Frauleins in Uniform, which is like someone like Ilsa She-Wolf the SS, except there's no violence or blood. It's just nudity and fooling around. But I'll review that movie in a bit. But I'm here to complain about Tubi TV. I'm gonna just call the video Tubi TV isn't that great. Instead, I'm not gonna say Tubi TV sucks, but I'm gonna say it's not that great. And like those other channels, Popcorn Flicks and Fright Flicks have commercial breaks in the movie, but it's not as often. Now on Tubi TV, we started watching this movie, and there's a commercial break every 4 or 5 minutes, and then the commercials last another 4 or 5 minutes, and it's weird because you can't fast forward the commercials because it automatically goes right to these commercials that are already loaded in. You can't fast forward them, you can't skip them or anything like that. So you're kind of stuck there unless you hit the home button. It'll take you out of that channel because you can't really do anything when those commercials are on. And then it'll have a bar after the commercials. It'll say has a bar saying it's reloading back to the movie. And then when it does go to the movie is all fragmented and pixelated and fragmented digitally. It looks like crap. And I found out if I just rewind it for a second and then play it again, it's perfect. But as close to perfect as it's going to be. But the commercials are crystal clear. But the movie's screwed up, and then there's too many commercial interruptions. I mean, like 4 or 5 commercials, and they usually show the 4 or 5 commercials over and over again, and are really annoying. I don't think Tubi TV is worth your time because there were some other TV shows that my dad seemed interested in, but I mean, the movies aren't that great. On all those channels, they're not that great. I mean, the horror movie channel, a lot of those horror movies I know about already, so I want to see a lot of them. But a lot of those movies aren't so hot, and then it's like I said before, it says if you want to see a commercial free, it's 99 cents. I'm not doing it. And I think they're trying to put on Tubi TV. I think they're trying to put more and more commercials on there, so you'll say, "Heck, I'm going to watch the 99. I'm going to pay the extra 99 cents to watch it without commercials," and that's a bunch of crap too, because equal out movie, 5 minutes movie, then 5 minutes commercial. So that movie was an hour and 35 minutes, so it would take you over 3 hours to watch the whole movie. Because we watched some of it last night, and then we got tired, and then I watched the rest of it around 1 o'clock or whatever. And because I wanted to see the whole thing, my dad kind of did too. And yes, Tubi TV is not worth your time. I mean, there's other movies on there, but I'm not going to waste my time unless my dad really wants to see it, because it just gets annoying. And the movie wasn't that great anyways. But I mean, like I said, Tubi TV is not worth your time. Now the movie, I'll do a small review of Frauleins in Uniform. Like I said, somewhat like the Ilsa, kinda, but there's no real violence or sadism in it. It's just mainly just nudity and fooling around with this group of female soldiers. And they served right with their male counterparts during World War II. And there's little scenes of war, and they actually have some actual rented war equipment that looks pretty authentic, and it looks like they spent some money on it, but the special effects are terrible. And the movie never goes anywhere. So, I mean, I would never pay 99 cents to see this movie. I mean, some of the movies I reviewed aren't that great anyways, but this one, it just doesn't go anywhere. I mean, there's like nudity and some fooling around, but I think my dad wanted to see something raunchy, and he wanted to see something like Prison Girls, but I don't think there's going to be many movies like Prison Girls available on Netflix or that. That was just a fluke. And that was essentially what I think it was made in '72. Essentially, it was like a porno movie when they cut out the really bad stuff they can't show because it's NC-17. Now this one, it's pretty tame somewhat, but I mean, like I said, it doesn't go anywhere, and then it just ends, and it tries to have a little bit of action in it, but it's never really exciting or anything like it because it keeps, and whatever tension there is, and there isn't any, is blown because they keep going to commercial every 4 or 5 minutes. And then every time it comes back, I got to rewind it a little bit and play it again because the picture's always screwed up. So I'd have to give Fraulein the Uniform I don't know, a mild 5 out of 10. It's not very good. And it's not worth your time. And it's not worth putting up with all those commercials. And they play the same commercials over and over again. It's really annoying. So I don't think Tubi TV is worth your time because they advertised it on, like I said, Fright Flicks and Popcorn Flicks, and it looked like it'd be okay. But I lesson learned. Unless my dad wants to see something else, I don't think I'll be screwing around too much with Tubi TV. And also, like I said, there's commercial breaks in Popcorn Flicks and Fright Flicks, just to let you know. But the commercials there are like, I mean, there might be 1 or 2 commercials before the movie, and then like maybe every 20 minutes there might be like, sometimes there might be 2 commercials, sometimes 3, or sometimes just 1. And then it goes on with the movie. It's not as redundant as Tubi TV. So, and like I said, I mean, and then when it goes back to the movie, it's not all fragmented and pixelated and screwed up like this, like Tubi TV was. Because Tubi TV made it look like it was a real hip channel and stuff like that, and it had really, I don't know, really happening things. Because they were had something called lip service and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's just not worth your time. I'm not gonna say it sucks because it has a good selection, but it's just not worth going through all the commercials for. You know what I mean? So until next time, please take care of my legion.